What is the incentive for a platform to provide a different alternative of information consumption?
Well, the alternative is what's happening right now is quite corrosive, right? For a platform to sustain the long term, I believe, and I think some platforms are realizing that. For example, when Instagram realized how much damage it's causing with the number of likes being shown, and they made a surprising move of removing that because they were linked to the highest number of teen suicides. So when a platform realizes that it is slowly but surely destroying its own user base, it's bad business. And I think perfect example is YouTube. I think YouTube as a social media platform has been doing far better compared to, say, a Facebook or a Twitter. So the incentive is longevity.
Is that because you find it's a little bit more self-regulated, or how do you...
With YouTube, I think they were forced to self-regulate for two reasons. I mean, they made a very good decision right at the beginning to share revenue with its content creators. And then when things got toxic in the comment sections, because back in the day, I remember I used to use, when I say something's toxic, it's like the comment section of YouTube. That I can't say that anymore because the comment section is a lot more controlled nowadays. I would rather say it's like Twitter, because Twitter is now a complete cesspool, just generally when you look at it as people, But what they did was, first they incentivized the content creators, and that gave the content creators the ability to create quality content for different niches. And then by sharing the revenue, that made creators be more creative and try to, well, I can make a living out of this. No other platform is really doing it that way. Right, and then
not directly, at least. I guess the the Instagram people are kind of, they get their money through third parties via the app.
Yeah.
But this is actually a different model because this is the app paying them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because they're basically sharing whatever is advertised on your channel because they are using your content to make money, so they're sharing it.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened with YouTube is when there was a error was notified, the community rally against it, people rally against it, and they decide they had a few rounds of adpocalypse, as they would call it, like a lot of big advertisers post advertising with them that forced them to reconsider how do we fix some of the issues. Like some of the early issues were serious issues, like they had some content automatically or people self-labeled as child-friendly, but the content were just terrible content, and they shouldn't have never been allowed to do the things that they were doing, showing to children. So that, this slowly but surely regulation, and because they created the community of creators, they are more or less forced to listen to the creators and work with the creators. When you have that sort of back and forth interactive nature for sustainability of the platform, the actual platform is incentivized to do the right thing. But on Twitter and Facebook, that dynamic doesn't really exist.
To see the full interview, simply go to Google and type in "full interview." No, that won't work. There'll be a link somewhere.